F105, our good friend Din.
She says it's easier to keep her head down.
Kicking the show off as usual. Must be lunchtime. Hey, Brock.
She looks at you strange when you say this hoe.
Why would they say 1 minute to the hour? I don't think they would.
I don't think they would. Nobody would go a minute early, but we went a minute early today, so that's why.
Because the way they pause is like, by the time you finish that information, the minute would probably be over.
Yeah, well, they would be like 1 minute past the hour if they did that. They would never be. Andrew's
1
here
minute
too.
past the hour.
Yeah, but we were a minute early, so we started.
Hello, yeah, we were, which is odd for us. We're usually punctual or late, but I like that. Yeah, but there was a guy I used to listen to on like AM radio. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. His name was the Spaceman. That's what he called himself. And he talked about like conspiracy theories and like paranormal crap and stuff like that. And this dude, the amount of pauses he made makes William Shatner look like the Micro Machines guy. This guy would pause to the most comical end, to the point where, like what Brock said, if this guy paused, it would like the beginning of his sentence and the end of his sentence were in a different time zone. That's how crazy this guy was. Look him up, the Spaceman. I think he's dead now. I think he died a couple years ago. But yeah, he would talk about ghosts and like alien abduction and crap like that.
Nice. I was a big fan of
He was fun.
Wolfman Jack on the radio. I'm the Wolfman. That's right, American Graffiti. He used to play him on Oldies 1150 here in Canada.
Yeah, CKOC. Does that still exist?
No, that's I think it's sports now. I think it's Hamilton, TSN Hamilton. Look, I mean, it's what?
Alexander?
Let's shout out to the chat. We got Mr. Rez was the first one in, so kudos to Mr. Rez. Phil's here, Rachel's here, Burl's here, Mark's here, Disney Desi's here, D Raven's here, Andrew's here, Brock's here, I'm here. We're talking Star Wars. We hope everybody is having fun and staying home. I don't know if anyone knows, but Twitter, when you hashtag staying home, now puts a house next to it. Like, that's supposed to really make me feel better about everything. But we hope you're all doing safe and you're having a good time and you're ready to talk Star Wars. And apparently, Andrew, your spaceman is dead.
Oh,
go look him up. He's dead. That's what Rachel says.
He's probably in the middle of a sentence that never got finished.
All right. Anyway, you have a topic for us today, Fantasia, as I slowly fade F105 out. I have no idea what this topic is. I'm like, I need a thumbnail, and you said put Baby Yoda and the Art of Rise of Skywalker book on there. And so that's what it is. The title is Baby Yoda, the Art of TROS book, because I don't know what the heck we're talking about. Brock, do you know what he wants to talk about?
No. Baby Yoda? Who is this?
Baby Yoda's not his name. His name is the child.
The topic is, are we getting B. Arthur's character back in some way, shape, or form or not?
She's canon, too, right? Yeah, she's canon.
Yeah, she is very canon, yeah. But no, what I want to talk about was pretty simple, and it just has to do with the fact that right now, the only sure things are that we're getting Mandalorian Season 2 and we're getting High Republic.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. Everything else is up in the air. That's okay. But what I want to know, and I want to know what you guys think, I want to know what the chat thinks too, because they are the only things we'll be getting for a while, and because they are pretty big and important, are we going to get art of books and visual dictionaries for the for the Mandalorian and for High Republic? And if so, when are we going to see these things?
That's a really good question, considering that the Mandalorian always ends with like what I would assume is concept art, or I don't know if they're doing it. That's kind of genius. They should be doing that. Like, imagine like just having a chapter on like, this is how we designed Quill and stuff like that. Like, they did that. Like, that's what one of the magical things of like the Last Jedi art book was like, look at all these types of porgs we thought up. I'm like, yeah. Man, that'd be awesome.
I have to interject here for a second. Intervene. Side Akbar. Shout out to Carl. It's Carl Warpy's birthday today. Happy birthday.
Whose birthday?
Carl's is in the chat.
Carl
Warpy.
Carl
Warpy.
Carl
one word?
Warpy. Happy birthday, Carl.
Happy birthday, Carl. Thanks for being here. Thanks for spending your time with us. We know you could be out doing so many other things right now. Probably going to a rave later tonight. That's what I would suspect.
You're probably going to the same rave that I am.
Yeah. Oh, what a... Okay, I have a... So yeah, The Mandalorian does end with concept art for the show. And it's always fascinating to look at.
Yeah.
I love it. Mm-hmm. I think they could easily release a season 1 art of, for sure. The only, I guess, concern they might have is if there's some unused art that they're going to use in season 2 that they don't want revealed, but then I guess you just omit that from the book. They could do it. But does it make sense to do it season by season, or are they just going to do one big one when this is all said and done and just be like, here's everything, this is what you want? The other thing too with the art of books, as much as I love the art of books and the visual, maybe this is more visual dictionary actually, but the visual dictionary, when you start to get too much information, it starts to take away a little bit. Let's all live in the moment with this stuff for now, I think. But I mean, look, who doesn't love the visual dictionaries or the and the art of books? Like you just said, those different types of porgs, getting all that information, looking at it's all fun. But the one thing I learned from the Rise of Skywalker art of is, it also gives people ammunition. Like, why didn't they use that? Why didn't these? Well, there's like a multitude of reasons why things don't happen. And usually the art of is early on art of, where you can see the origins of certain aspects or concepts that they had that didn't always work. So I would love a Mandalorian one for sure. Like, for sure. One of the coolest things that I found in Mandalorian was, the blurgs. When they were designing the blurgs, the direction from Favreau was, don't make them any different from the Ewok movie. That was like his one mandate was, no, it has to be how it was.
They move exactly the same way.
But the thing is, technology is so different now that it's kind of impressive that you have to is there a word for it? Retro the technology. Retrofit what you're doing.
Reverse engineer?
Yeah, reverse engineer it to get it to where it was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But it also has to look like 2020. Like, it can't look, it's kind of impressive.
I always think of that when they edit video to look like VHS, and I'm always like... I mean, now there's filters, but...
Yeah, you get those tracking filters. Even though we got that photo, for example, from Favreau, I think, of the Gamorrean, right? The season 2 Gamorrean thing. So you got this. I guess it's what do you call those? A maquette when they build it, like they sculpt. I think it's called a maquette, and it's like, okay, here's this cool Gamorrean, and he's been eating his Wheaties. He's a little bit more jacked than the typical Gamorrean, and I'm like, okay, that can't have been their first attempt. There must have been other Gamorrean attempts. Like, I would love to see those drawings and those maquettes. I would love to see how many passes they took at the child before they nailed the right look for the child, and for Din Djarin, and for, like you said, Quill. Like, there's so much to play with there, and that's just one season, which already just in itself, I think, contains more running time than an actual Star Wars movie. So I would imagine there's more art to be shown there. So if we get 3 seasons of the show, whatever, and you put out a nice big art book of all 3 seasons and a nice big visual dictionary for all 3 seasons, I'm gonna be a happy man.
Yeah.
There's my quarantine reading right there. Hopefully there's no such thing as a quarantine in the future, but that's just, that's something I want so badly. And especially with the way, like, you all know how much of a junkie I am for the visual dictionaries, but something about the way the new generation of dictionaries are laid out, starting with Force Awakens and onward, just something about the way they're laid out. They're sleeker looking. Yeah. The font is nicer. It's got a uniformity throughout every movie, so it all feels like every one is a volume of the same story. It's so well put together. DK has just been up in their game, and I want more of that. I want them to do that with Mandalorian now. Do it with High Republic. And there's clearly a lot of art and conceptualizing that goes on with both of these properties, even High Republic, which is going to be in print. So why not, is the question.
I think going to the other part of your question originally was High Republic. I think it would be a good move with High Republic because perhaps, in my opinion, it works better with books because it's sort of a companion. Like they probably, I am assuming they have something laid out. So it's like introduce the characters prior to you meeting them, not reveal anything per se, but you're like, oh, this is it's kind of like what comic books kind of do, where it's like that back in the day when they reference something from another, it's like, oh, that's from issue number da 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 da. The concept is that you go and find it. So perhaps people would be like, you read the first one, you read Charles Soule's book, and then you look through the graphic, the visual dictionary, and you're like, that's that character. Or like, I don't know if it spoils imagination, but like, it is kind of nice to have a visual of what character is speaking.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I mean, we do it with movies. If you read the book after the movie, you're like, oh, this is, Brad Pitt or whatever. Like, it's like, you don't take the time to imagine or go with the description. But like, that would be fun with High Republic. And then you can start dropping things, and perhaps, I don't know if they have time to do that, but like, perhaps reading along with that and the books, and then reading knowing about the character, then meeting them in the book somehow improves your experience. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's all based on a personal imagination, or being able to remember something. Like,
I feel the same way, Brock. I feel like if I got that info first, then the book would be more exciting. And even just like the idea of, okay, take your visual dictionaries, for example, that exist already. You flip a page and it's like, okay, this page is about Padme Amidala, and there's a behind the scenes or whatever, like a photo of Natalie Portman, like with a gun going like this or something. That's cool. But imagine you flip a page of a book and it's like, this page is about Avar Kriss, and obviously you can't have just an actress there with a gun taking a photograph. So instead you get a beautiful painting or drawing of this character. Like, oh man, I'm salivating for this book already.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
James, make it happen, man.
I'm just reading the chats. Pacasta saying, I also want a pen and paper High Republic role-playing game like Dungeons and Dragons.
Pacasta, I don't know if you're familiar with Fantasy Flight Games, but they make a tabletop RPG of Star Wars. It's a few years old now. I think it came out the same year Force Awakens did. And it's got an interesting system that favors storytelling over numbers and the usual D&D stuff. So you might dig that if you haven't checked it out already. And there's beautiful original art in all the rule books too. So I like that stuff.
I've never. You showed me those actually, Fantasia, but I've never actually played one.
I did,
myself. Yeah.
I'll make a video about it too because I have some paraphernalia on it. I can do a video on.
The beauty of like those board games, those D&D style tabletop games, are like, those are way easier to play in like a Zoom group sort of thing. You just need more or less the paper in front of you. I guess with the tabletop, there's the figures and all that. But if someone has the game, that can be at one spot and you can talk. I was like, oh, that'd be perfect. But I've never been successfully able to find a group of people to play D&D or understand it. So it's like,
I've never played it. What Zoom stocks at right now? Are they the only stock that's like skyrocketing currently? Because I've never heard of Zoom. Phil, our good friend Phil, told me about it a couple weeks ago, and now everyone's like, let's chat on Zoom, and I'm like, no, I will not chat on your Zoom. I looked it up. I refuse. I have a million other ways to chat. Hit me up. No,
I actually just downloaded Zoom for the first time a few days ago, and again, I hadn't heard of it either, but my boss is like, we're going to try to do classes over Zoom, so put your ass on Zoom.
If it was for work, I would get Zoom, but for personal, we're using what we're using now. There's all these other options. I don't need another one in my life just so that somebody can. And especially like Zoom isn't Zoom like it's as safe as LimeWire. Also, like you, like it's I'm not using Zoom. You guys want to use Zoom next week?
No, my company was using it prior to this, and it was always a pain in the ass. And now it's like the norm.
Yeah. Well, Phil told me that that's what they're using in the UK. Like right away. That's when that happens. So
I would really like to know what decided that people would get into that. Is it just because a large amount of people just started using it? Like, what was what was the spark that started this?
Was it? I could be wrong. I think it was Boris Johnson getting sick.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But then there's like my church does WebEx. My company also uses Microsoft Teams. Like there's so many versions of it where it's kind of out of hand at this point.
Yeah, Dan Allen doesn't want to do Zoom with his class because of student security issues. That's really, I think, I feel like the school systems are all they're gonna have to develop something.
Well, I know in Canada, or at least in Ontario, they're using a lot of those Google Classroom things.
Yeah,
I don't think they're doing a lot of video. I mean, I would like to know if there's anyone with elementary schools actually doing video classes, because I think like you can't wrangle kids that way. Like I think high school and colleges are using it more, but like
it's brilliant for college.
Yeah. So it's I'm really curious how Zoom got to be the big one. Like I can't wait till this is all over and we find out all the
Zoom.
Who wins the chat wars? It's like the soda wars, but I don't know what I guess chat is the right word for it. Yeah, we got so many contenders in the ring. I haven't even seen what Zoom looks like yet, so God only knows.
Go on Instagram and look for any picture people with a black background, because that's Zoom.
That's it. Okay. It's funny because it used to be like I'll Skype you, but now Zoom seems to have taken over for.
Yes.
Like, are people like? Is it going to change like from I'll Skype you to I'll Zoom you?
I don't know, but if this is all a plot by the Flash's archenemy, Professor Zoom, we're in trouble.
So Phil,
I feel like the term will be VChat.
Yeah, maybe. VChat. The Prime Minister. So Phil's saying that it was the Prime Minister of the UK. He was using it and promoting it on Twitter. That's basically what he told me, and then he said it took off after that because I had never heard of it. Then he told me, and basically you can do a 40-minute chat for free, and then after that you have to pay like $900 a month or something. Because I saw it and I was like, well, we'll just stick with what we're doing.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm sure Zoom, like I said, I don't want to download another thing, but, Andrew, if you want to look at the chat.
What's going on?
I would decline.
In the chat, Dan Allen, Rachel challenges me to Duel of the Fates.
I would decline.
Oh, what?
She's gonna whoop your ass.
She is gonna whoop my ass. Rachel, you realize I'm at the bottom of the totem pole, right? You realize that, Rachel? You're challenging basically Joe Glass Joe from Punch Out.
Yeah, you can't say Joe and not follow exotic these days. Like. No,
well,
yeah, it is Joe Glass. I was going to say Little Mac is your character.
Yeah. I can take you up on that challenge, Rachel. It won't be much of a challenge for you because, as I said, I am the lowest one on the totem pole. You will probably beat me, and one of these days we got to get Rob to face off against one of you guys.
Yeah, have you spoken to Rob, James?
I've spoken to him. He's doing well. His mom's doing well. And then I'm like, hey, you want to do a video? And then he disappears for like. I haven't actually that was a lot. We talked. I said, how you doing? He's like, he's well, his mom's well, he's going to work or whatever. And then I said, all right, you want to do a video sometime? And it's been like a week. So but Andrew, if you're up for that, we can also, all Patreon are welcome to participate in Duel of the Fates. If you want, just send us an email, rebelscumbags@gmail.com. So Andrew versus Rachel, all questions will be based on Edge of Hope. Not to give anybody an advantage, but no, I'm just joking. They will be. Brock, you want to pick? You could pick the topic, and we'll have questions all based around, like OT, PT. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. Actually, you know what? Do you guys want to quickly mention this new contest that Andrew decided on?
Sure.
Okay, Andrew,
yeah.
Why don't you tell everybody about the contest?
All right, so the contest is we will be giving away a copy of Side Scroller.
Oh,
yeah,
and Heidi's book as well.
And Heidi's book is which one of Heidi's books?
Nice.
You know what? I actually don't know. She just said she has a signed copy to give away. I will ask her and we'll figure that out. So there's 2 books we're giving away.
Sweet. Yeah, so that's going to be. Look forward to that. I don't know when we're starting the kickoff for this contest, But that's going to happen. You can win both of those books. Heidi's a very talented writer. She's got a whole slew of them. We're going to pick one, send it over along with Side Scroller, which again, you can use as toilet paper if push comes to shove, especially page 49. I don't know what I was thinking. But that's going to happen. And have we laid down ground rules for this contest yet? Because if not, I think I know where we want to take this.
Yeah, you take it then.
All right. So what I'm thinking is this. You all know how much I want to see Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
Oh, God.
Starring Ray, Finn, and Poe Dameron.
Brock,
Right?
we need to stop letting him on this show.
We're probably not going to get that, but I value creativity, and I know you're all a very creative bunch of people. So here's how you enter the contest. You are going to send us a one-page pitch for a sitcom set in the Star Wars universe. You can use any characters you want. They don't even have to make sense chronologically. Like, you can use Boss Nass and Ray. It doesn't matter. But you have to pitch a sitcom. You have to give us the title of the show, the setting, the theme, what's going on, what's the story, and give us an example of what one episode of this show would look like. And we're going to pick one. That's going to be our winner. We're going to send the two books, but we can also read out all of the submissions and give people some laughs. Yeah, that should be fun.
It is for fun, so we just want to have some fun. The winner will probably be a random draw, but we want to see your creativity, and we want to have fun reading this. Brock, do you have any ideas what you would like to see for a Star Wars sitcom?
I guess I was gonna say procedural, but that's not a sitcom. Let's go with.
Well, does it have to be a sitcom?
No, okay, but I'm gonna say with a sitcom.
Yeah, let's go sitcom.
Okay, so like the idea is like maybe it's called Jedi Unmaster or something, right? And this guy has been confused for another Jedi Master. Now he has to teach the younglings the way of the Force. But little do they know, he doesn't even know how to control the Force.
I think we found
Join
our winner.
us every Friday where we learn to love, laugh, and Force joke. I don't know. On ABC.
That sounds like a John Ritter show, if I've ever heard of one.
Can it start Jason Ritter?
I guess.
Yeah.
Like Rural
What
Farm
about-
Boy is betting on Rachel to win this. No, we want to tell your friends, tell everybody. The more submissions, the better. It'll be a lot of fun reading them. We'll have some good laughs, some good times. We're all trapped. Don't give me an excuse that you don't have time. You have the time. It's only one page. You don't have to be cooking with Java. Ooh, I like that one.
Ooh.
Phil's got that one. It could be a lot of fun. I am moving a side scroller filled a large Home Depot box by itself, says Dan. It is quite the lengthy book. Did you ever think, Andrew,
you guys probably needed a dolly?
Did you ever think of maybe turning it into a trilogy, Andrew?
It is a trilogy.
No, the one book.
Oh God, no. Because like I said, on Microsoft Word, they don't look that big. On like compared to the fantasies that I write, Side Scroll on Microsoft Word was like the brunt of the litter. I'm like, oh, cool. This one's gonna be tiny. Little did I know.
But that thing was probably like 6,000 pages.
There's a lot of space left around the thing, though. The design of each page, like it's not like from top to bottom. TDB.
Yeah, you got to margin those, and I hate those margins
nice.
so much.
I don't hate it, but it's like I just hate your writing. So
yeah.
But you will get a copy of. We'll talk to Heidi. She's working right now. We'll talk to Heidi about the book and Side Scroller. And we can start the contest. Could kick off now. Take your time. We don't have an ending date yet because who knows how long we'll be trapped here, but a few weeks for sure. So start writing. Start your ideas. Take your time. Make it perfect. Because maybe Kathleen Kennedy is a huge fan of Rebel Scum podcast. Comes here all the time. Maybe she'll listen to it, and the next Disney Plus series will be based around your pitch to us for a Star Wars sitcom.
There you go. Yeah.
And let us know if it's single camera or 3 camera. Also, will there be a laugh track? Write it in. Write it in.
Oh, there better be a laugh track. You know what? I'm gonna make the laugh track mandatory.
Oh, but what if you want to do like an office sitcom?
Exactly.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, no, laugh track's not mandatory, but you have to let us know if there's a laugh track or not. It'll really, our readings will be enhanced by knowing that or not, for sure. We'll know when to laugh. That's the one good part of that.
I can't wait to see 14 different submissions that are all called The Fresh Prince of Polis Massa.
Hyperspace something. I'm just trying to think puns, like I feel like that's a thing with the sitcom titles, especially in the 90s ish. I don't know.
Yeah.
Family Matters isn't really a pun.
Do you remember there was one, it didn't last very long. There was one called Grace Under Fire.
Yes.
Yeah,
that lasted forever. What do you mean not very long?
Yeah, that was pretty well.
I only remember seeing it like once, and then
it was like at least 6 years. I'm looking up right now. 5 seasons. That thing lasted.
Holy crap.
Yeah, no, it was always on, man. You can't beat.
Wow.
The theme song was by Lady Madonna.
I apologize for underestimating you, Grace Under Fire.
What? Oh, there's a YouTube video by Nikki Swift. What really happened to Grace Under Fire's Brett Butler?
Oh yeah, she crashed and burned hard.
Big time.
Pretty sad. Yeah.
Wow.
But
thanks for opening those can of words. Can we do Ray Under Fire?
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
Raised by. There was a show. I'm like trying to put Ray.
I want to give you an.
Everybody loves Ray Skywalker.
Everybody loves Ray Skywalker.
It doesn't really fit, but we'll go with it anyway. All right, you guys ready for this? Here we go.
Walking down the street, beatbox plays a click track to mine. And I walk this way and slow and endless march, and I'm looking for
FYI, Empire Records, fantastic.
Is that the Grace Under Fire theme?
That was the Grace. Oh yeah, you guys couldn't hear me because I cranked the. Yeah, that was the Grace Under Fire theme. It's very 90s, very very 90s.
Like a car, like she's like in a car for a lot of it.
It's like the prequel to the Sopranos intro. It's basically awoke.
I had no idea the show lasted that long. Good for them. That's awesome.
Good for them. I'm proud of you, Grace.
It was like a Roseanne. It was very similar to Roseanne. But she's a single mother. And she talks like this.
Yeah, she does. All right, let's wrap this up with 3 trivia questions, okay? We'll be back full time with trivia tomorrow.
Dan Allen, I'm loving the Saint Elsewhere reference, buddy. That's
nice.
Oh, my chat stopped working.
Uh-oh.
That's why nobody's talking. Oh, man, I missed so much. All right, well, anyway. Sorry, guys. I popped it out. If I pop it out, it works. But if I don't, that sounds so inappropriate. But if the chat froze, that's weird. Okay, I got it right here. See Rachel's post. Any time period, Rachel. Anything you want with Star Wars. Period. Yeah, made up
any
characters.
Time period and any combo of characters.
Yeah, and you could create your own characters for it as well. But there has to be something that obviously connects it to Star Wars. So just have fun with it. Here we go. 3 trivia questions before we wrap it up. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Andrew, I hope you get all these wrong. Here we go.
I will.
What Jedi Padawan did Senator Organa see gunned down on the temple hangar platform? What Jedi Padawan did Senator Organa see gunned down on the Jedi Temple hangar platform? The answer your choices for the answer are Mixie Pixo, Zet Jukasa, Pappas Dane, Be Preachin'.
Be preaching.
Be preaching. Look at Rural Farm Boy coming in hot. Your answers are Mixie Pixo, Zet Jukasa, Pappas Dane, or Be Preachin'. What do you think, Brock?
was B Jet Picasso?
Yeah, Zed Jucasa.
Whatever.
Yep.
Jet Picasso. There. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that one.
And Fantasia.
That's the right answer.
It is. That was that Lucas's son?
Yeah.
Jet. Yeah.
No, it was Jet. That I had a weird feeling. I wasn't sure if he said Jet or Jack.
Zet. It's Z-E-T-T or Z-E-T-T. Zeet. What species? Next question. What species performed Squid Lake in the Galaxy's Opera House on Coruscant? What species performed Squid Lake in the Galaxy's Opera House on Coruscant? Nautilons, Aqualish, Quarren, Mon Calamari. What species performs Squid Lake on the Galaxy's Opera House on Coruscant? Nautilons, Aqualish, Quarren, or Mon Calamari? Andrew?
I think it was the Mon Calamari.
Really?
Do you guys think that they're aware that their name is also the name of their own meat?
I don't know. They're not really squid, though, are they? I guess if they're performing Squid Lake. Brock, what do you think?
I don't even remember seeing anyone perform. I know what we're talking about, but like,
Yeah.
I feel like if it was Mon Cala, I'm assuming that you don't see them because I feel like if there's any Mon Cala in the last 20 years on screen, people are like, oh, there he is. I'm gonna go with Aqualish. I don't know.
So in the chat right now, we're getting Aqualish, Mon Calamari, Aqualish, Mon Cala, Calamari Yummy, Mon Cala Opera. The answer is Mon Calamari.
Really?
I
Do you
mean-
see them?
I think you see bubbles.
Yeah,
just
that's what I visualize, but like you don't see them.
No, I don't know. Maybe they're under the stage performing like they do at the Oscars.
Yeah. Which I can,
I don't know. Is that ever? It might be in the novel. I don't know.
yeah.
Final question, and then we can all go back to. We should all binge watch The Mandalorian. That'll take us 3 minutes. All right. Final question. How many fingers do Polis Massans have on each hand? Polis Massans? How many fingers do Polis Massans have on each hand? 3, 2, 4, 5.
Is a thumb a finger?
Yeah, I always count thumbs as fingers, man.
Okay.
3, 2, 4, 5. Mon Calamari performs Barbie Girl.
Oh, please let that happen. Somebody put that in your sitcom. I'm counting thumbs and I'm saying 3.
Polis Massans.
Who are they?
The hell is a Polis
They're
Massan?
the guys who helped give birth to Luke and Leia.
I thought they were robots.
Those little dudes.
What?
They look like little. Like they look like aliens. They're like,
Oh.
those guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
these things. Okay. Okay, so you're saying 3. Everyone's saying 3. Brock, what do you say?
3.
Let's go back to the chat. Oh, yeah, I lost the chat, so let's go back to this chat. 3, everyone in Star Wars' ability to shoot bird.
Shoot a bird.
Ooba, everyone's saying 3 except Phil. 3 point. Oh, the answer is actually 4. They're including thumbs, so it's 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's 4. I'm looking at a picture and it's 4. So, well, everyone's got some learning to do on Star Wars.
I wonder if there's any hardcore Star Wars fan who has had a child, and while the woman was giving birth to the child, they had somebody standing there saying "Ooba, ooba."
I'm just staring, unimpressed. Did anyone say 4?
I think somebody said 4. I saw 4 in there, so yeah,
Two Michael coming in with 4.
Well done.
Stan Solo 0 for 3. Solid quiz game today. It was a tough one. Tomorrow we'll be doing the full quiz day again. Just thought it'd be fun to wrap it up today with the quiz. No, Andrew. Everyone still has the ability to shoot. Yes, Mike. Oh yeah, there's a delay. That's why. I don't know. Pauline went over 3. I think a lot of people went over 3. I can guarantee you, I would have went. You know, I might have guessed Mon Calamari or Zet, but I wouldn't have done very well on this one. That's why I like reading these questions, because I'm not very good at trivia. But we have a new trivia coming. Rachel versus Andrew. You two will have to get studying. Brock is going to decide on the theme for that one. And
Brock will give you $5 if you make every question about Zuvio.
My guess it'll be all Poe Dameron questions.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how cool is Poe? There is a right answer.
Do you think if you ran your hair through Poe's hair, that it would be easy to get your hand up? How many chopsticks could he put in there before it gets out of hands?
All right. Remember Turbis tonight? Yes, I will re-upload the Outlander Club with David Jesse from Tatooine Suns tonight. We'll do that one. But this is our lunchtime live stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on here and joining us tonight and talking with us and enjoying some Star Wars during these isolation times. Andrew, any last words?
Sorry, I'm reading chats as we go on. Bye, everybody in the chat. My last word is, if you have the power to do so, get DK to make those books. Please.
Fair enough. Brock?
Hi. Hello.
Any last words?
A new sitcom on ABC. It's called Jabba Nobada.
No, I'd watch
Jabba
that.
and his family are just trying to figure it out and take over the galaxy. Sundays on CBS.
You were always scum.
On ABC Family. Rebel Scum. The sitcom.
A violent wind, like cars when